I'm Becky Adams, former Madam and independent sex industry consultant for the BBC and Channel 4 and the big Lotto Fund. So firstly and foremostly, thank you all for coming. It's so nice to be able to say thank you for coming at the beginning of the booking. Makes a change. Now, just before we kind of all get going, normally if I'm doing business speaking, I do an icebreaker, but that kind of feels a bit weird with this sort of group. So there's a few of you sort of sitting like that. I just want to put your minds at rest and say I'm far more Frankie Howard than Frankie Boyle. So I'm not going to be well, I'm going to maybe be a bit saucy, but I'm not going to be crude and I'm not going to embarrass anybody. And there's certainly not going to be any audience participation. In my business, that is charged as an extra. So basically, what we're going to do today, this evening, is I'm going to keep at it, hard at it, for 40 minutes, which I appreciate is 39 more than you gentlemen normally manage, but us ladies we can live in hope, can't we? Yes, absolutely. And then after 40 minutes, we're going to stop and we'll have a little break for a fag and to get our blood sugar up again. And then we're going to have a second go. And in our second go, we will be doing questions and answers. So anything that you want to ask me, I will be honest with you, whoever you are, Inland Revenge or the police, I don't mind. So I actually never meant to work in the sex industry. I ended up in a brothel completely by accident, which I'm sure is an excuse some of you have. I don't know why I keep looking at you. Sorry, I don't mean to. I just think I like the fish. I've never seen this gentleman before, ever. Ladies and gentlemen, I honestly haven't. But I did kind of... Yeah, well, double jeopardy. Who knows? But yeah, I did end up in a brothel sort of quite by accident. I didn't go to my careers advice at school and say, I'd like a job that disappoints my parents and gets me vilified in the press. Because otherwise they'd have suggested banking or politics. Probably not prostitution. So, yeah, it was all quite by accident. And actually, my slide into illegal debauchery actually started with the Catholic Church. I had quite I suppose, an idyllic, fairly middle-class childhood, convent-educated, living in the beautiful surroundings of mid-Wales. My childhood only slightly marred by my mother, who was a fairly manic control freak. But I left the convent, finished my education, and then joined the British Horse Society and worked with the British Horse Society for a long time, actually doing all my qualifications and my sort of pony training and teaching of young children. And you'd be amazed in a brothel how many gentlemen come along and want pony training. Luckily, I had all the outfit. So imagine this, if you will. You have a sort of middle-aged, maybe slightly portly chap, the gentleman I'm envisaging, and you've got a little headband with some ears and a wool forelock. And he's cantering around. And I'm there in my jodhpurs and my shiny boots and my spurs and a whip. And this gentleman, oh, don't forget, he's got a saddle and a bridle. And we've set up a little show jumping course around the flat with an ironing board and a broom, and I'm making him canter a 10-metre circle, and then he's going over the jumps. And if he goes clear, he gets a rosette. If he knocks one down, he gets his bottom smacked. So that was all in a day's work for me.